Hello, 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 and hello. Intro. Intro complete. So today I'm drawing Admiral Graf Spee from Azure Lane. For obvious reasons. She's a cutie. Though I don't actually use her on my team or anything, but she's a side hoe on my account. But before I get into that, I want to just cover some stuff. So this was supposed to be out Wednesday, and I was not alive Wednesday. I was dead because, as I covered, I've gone over it a little bit on streams and stuff. I was doing a series of 12-hour shifts, and will continue to be doing so. So finding the time to get this video out was kind of tough, and the next one's kind of going to be an issue too. So hopefully I'll be able to get them out in time. But if it is out in time, I'm gonna sound rough because I will not have the weekend to buffer myself. So we'll see how we do with that, because I want to release this one before. I don't want to use this to cover next Wednesday. I've started drawing one for next Wednesday, and I want to try and get that out for Wednesday. We'll get this one posted whenever it's done. Should be today or tomorrow. So Monday or Tuesday. Depends how quickly I can get this done. So anyway, Azure Lane though. I've been playing it for like a year or so now, and I have burned some hours into that thing. God, it's boring to play though. Like, its campaign thing is very slow and boring. It's fun for a while, kind of, but it's like, it's kind of like an idle game. Or it might as well be. You can have some control when you play it, but the amount of, like, because you end up having to grind missions, and the grinding entails like 10 seconds of doing something followed by like 2 minutes of not doing something, followed by doing the 10 seconds of clicking things again. And it's doing that over and over again. It's very annoying because you can't just get into it or just leave it. It's just dull. So I got up to level 57. I'm a level 57 commander. Or admiral. Not admiral, she's the admiral. Commander. I'm pretty sure it's commander. So, yeah, I'm pretty much a seasoned veteran on Azure Lane. I almost know what most things do. And yeah, I recently got Graf Spee, and I've been debating buying this costume for her, because even though I don't use it, it's a cute costume. And I might cycle her into my team, into my formation. But she's a way off. I think she's only like level 60 for me right now. And the way I'm leveling everything is through the commissions thing, where you just assign the missions and you come back like a Warframe gun and see when it's done. So I've been leveling exclusively like that for the past like half a year that I've been like playing it. And that's been something. It's at least opened up some time, but give me something to do when I need to be doing something important, just to make sure life isn't too easy, you know? 'Cause it's so easy otherwise. On that note, here's my like actual team or formation. And if you played Azure Lane before, you'll notice that I've got like 3 ships that are not like ultra rare or super rare, whatever that's called. And that just means that they're limited in like how much you can upgrade them. They still get to the same capacity and they can go to the same levels, but the game considers them lesser than the rarer ships. and I assume they're like lower tier because of that. But in there, I've got Indy, which is a tank. I have Prince Eugene, which is also a tank. And I've got Ajax in the middle, and that's my front row. The whole team's pretty much in service to Ajax, as it should be. Don't judge me. And the back row is I can't remember any of their names, but you've got the aerial bombardment line. You've got Terra, that's it, in the middle, who just throws out a big blast every so often at random, so sometimes that kind of fucks you and doesn't do anything. When it does come out, it do big damage. I'm a fan of big damage. Especially when the whole front line is very defensive, it helps balance that out in a way. Especially if they're taking a lot of damage, then in theory, I can stall out more attacks from Terra to actually hit, or like more rolls for that attack to possibly come out, because it comes out randomly. It's a good ass attack when it comes out, and I've fully upgraded it, so we're gonna get our money's worth, you know? And my last ship is the cool, like, Russian ship. Yeah, the ice one. I don't think she actually gels well with the team, though, because none of the Northern Parliament gals are on my team. I'm pretty sure she's contingent on buffing in relation to having more of them on your team. Like, she gets buffs from having more of them on the team, or formation, or whatever, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, kind of missing out on that, so she can probably get changed, and I'm thinking about switching Indy for Graf Spee, because Graf Spee seems to be a tank as well. Difference being, though, that I think her stats probably go higher. And yeah, then I'd have two Ironblood on the same team. And I haven't checked Graf Spee's abilities in a while, so I don't remember what she did exactly. But I imagine she'll synergize better with what I've got than Indy, that wants to have her sister on the team. I can't remember what she's called. But those two like have abilities that reflect off each other, I think. Oh, hello, Armored Core. Oh, this is from a stream recording too, which is why if anything weird comes up on screen, it's because we were doing that at the time. At some point, I'll give you a free tree tutorial in this. And yeah, keep it tight to your chest. It's forbidden knowledge. Oh, okay. Now we're drawing Digimon. That's Patamon, Vmon, and Hitmon. Don't know why we got onto talking about the Digimon movie exactly. This was me attempting to draw them from memory, though, for the most part. Oh my god. The rabbit from the movie is my favorite. Oh no, I didn't need to remember that. Man. The Angelamon fucking short film at the start of the Digimon movie might be the worst. Period. It might be the worst. It has no right to exist. I guess we're just talking about Digimon for a long time. Digimon's alright though, or I remember liking it. I don't think you could go back to it though. Maybe? I don't know if it would hold up to like being not a child. I'd definitely try it though. Oh, this is also where I found out just how expensive the fucking Black Lotus is. So I knew it was expensive, but I did not realize it was like millions of pounds expensive, or dollars, I should say. Shit's crazy. So I was like, this Charizard, which obviously Charizards are gonna be expensive, but this old like German Charizard that was like 300,000, I was like, goddamn. Then I found out about the Black Lotus, his actual price, and I was like, my eyes were opened. I can't imagine anyone's buying those though. That'd be such a fucking flex though. You know, like rappers and shit have like big gold chains, or they have like iced whatevers and this flashy shit. If you saw a rapper with like a Seto Kaiba amulet around his neck and it's just got a Black Lotus in it, that would be a flex. That would get me jealous. A little bit be cool. That'd be so good. Just like a chain of fucking like OG Charizards. The encased in like diamond sleeves. That would be baller. I don't think anyone's got the guts. Maybe I'll have to be the first. When I'm rich and powerful from my Twitch. Oh my god. Yeah. So anyway, as you're lane though, I haven't spoken about the drawing once so far in the past 10 minutes. Maybe we should do that. Oh, sorry, cup. The drawing was fun. Fun for the most part, I'd say. I wanted to do a bit more with the lips though, in hindsight. Well, not in hindsight, at the time too. I wanted to kind of do like Hot Glossed on Twitter, that his kind of thing. I wanted to try that, but I didn't quite do it. I tried it off stream for a little bit to try and get it, but I couldn't get it working with this character. It felt like the kind of character it might work well for though. I really like that guy's like style. I want to take a little bit away from it. Oh yeah, and this is the point where I realized the contrast was a bit too low, which is usually my issue. But yeah, I wanted to try and incorporate some of his style, which I just didn't do by the end. Oh, and that's why we researched and found out that the ship was kind of small too. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place on tangents and stuff. And I'm not gonna go back and fix it because I've got to get this thing out tonight and then work on the Shinobu one. Spoilers, the next one is Shinobu. Which I have started on stream, so the cat is already out of the bag. I'm trying to do something dynamic with that, pose-wise. And it's coming out okay so far. It's coming out kinda cool. But I need to wrap it together. But that's a different drawing for another day. Oh, just a second ago too, I added piercings. I'd been resisting the edge up till that point in the drawing, like 3 hours in, where I was like, no one can stop me. It is my picture. I draw piercing. I draw girl, she has metal in ear. That is how it work. She has choker on neck and she has metal in ear. That is how we roll. Her thighs have to be at least the size of her head. There must be steel in her ear. And eyes the size of her fists. There we go. They're my quotas. Tree tutorial. End of stream. I think this is when I switched to offline. Yeah, it is. So I took those things off straight away. By this point, I still hadn't thought of what the background was going to be. I had an idea that it was a bench. And, I get to it soon, but I decide I don't want to paint it like a background from scratch. So I was thinking about it, but I like, ugh, just painful, and I could not be bothered with it. But I had a creative solution that we will get to shortly. And the inspiration for that, Jesus Christ, I took a long break away from the drawing. Was from the Gorillas pieces that I've seen about recently. I say recently, they've been doing it since like Humans. Where they've been doing artwork of the characters and then overlaying that on top of like actual photographs. So I figured I'd try something like that. So whenever I get back from jacking off or whatever the fuck I'm doing in the past, I will get on to putting a picture in there. Of which, I was like, I should put a picture of the Graf Spee in the background. Then I was like, wait, she is the Graf Spee. I can't put a Graf Spee in the background of Graf Spee. That doesn't make sense. Maybe it's like her dad or something, you know, the family in the back. Family picture. Also the fact that like the first one I searched for had like a swastika on it because it's Nazi German shit. It was. And I didn't want to put that in. It wouldn't have been too hard to change it to the Iron Blood Fleet though. Like symbol. Regardless though, I like how it came out by the end, whenever we get to it. It didn't come out too aggressively like against the image. And the image, it wasn't just the straight up image, by the way. We'll get to it, but it'll probably go so fast that I should just talk about it now. But the background, I played with like filters on it and using the clone brush and things. I was gonna photo bash it more, but then I was trying to think of the most like time efficient way I could do it. I kind of get the between this image and that to blend together by the end of it. Before we get on to that, we'll do this in reverse. I've spoken about the background, now I'm going to talk about the painting. On the shoes here, the feet were a pain to do. I could not get them quite right. And I added some like fluff to the inside of the shoes too, because I thought that would look nice and like break up the color. And I think it succeeds. I'm shocked that there's this much left of it, actually. I think the majority of the end of the video is me trying to get the feet right. Which I accomplished to some degree. To some degree. I hope. Now that I've brought attention to it, it'll be less. It looks okay right now, actually. That doesn't. Don't do that. Stop it. Fix it. Fix it. No. Fix it in 2 minutes then. Do it. Bring it back. Shouldn't be that long. The flappy bit. Us guys did it. Fix it. Oh. I couldn't figure out what was going on with the she has 2 buttons and like a metal dangly of like a chibi of a character. I couldn't figure out what it was of, so I just changed it into a Team Skull insignia eventually, and the buttons into a whatever. I think it was a Pac-Man and a cabbie, if I remember rightly. And someone suggested that I turn the phone into a Nokia. And I kind of wish that I did. I like that idea quite a bit. It would have been cute. And it would have fit how old the ship is. Even though that would have been advanced for the time, but that would have made her trendy among the ships of her age. Here you can kind of see me experimenting with the background now. That wasn't the best idea I've ever had for a background. Blue to green, red even, blue to red. I had no idea what I was doing, and I still don't. Starting to get more of a hang of metal, I feel, overall, which I'm quite liking. And leather, I really want to understand leather better, because it's kind of similar to metal in a way, except I think the main difference is it doesn't pick up the colors that are being reflected into it, because metal high contrast is like, well, it's high contrast, and then it easily picks up other colors if it's like reflective, but if it's more opaque, then I guess that makes it more like leather. But leather's like creased a lot. It has a texture to it as well, in fact, but you can get away with not using that. It depends on the leather, actually. Right? No, I'm mixing it up with latex a little bit in my head. Anyway, I'm trying to get better at textures. Well, materials, I should say, different materials. Here you can see the background anyway. You can see me like cleaning it up a little bit so it's more like suitable, so it looks a bit more like she's sitting in it. You know, so the lighting on the thing isn't too random. And I made a little shadow for her too. Made sure the handlebar? Yeah, the handlebar of the bench comes over the strap. And that is pretty much that. I experimented a little bit with trying to make it look like an oldie kind of photo. An oldie photo. Yeah, an oldie photo. I experimented with it. Yes. I still have another 5 hours or so to be awake. There at the bottom I cleaned up the floorboards a little bit too, so it wasn't as dirty looking. Anyways though, that is the full thing. That is our Admiral. Please stand and salute and pledge your allegiance to the Iron Blood. But not to Ajax, she's